Hello, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Miracle. This is Population Me, where I do everything I want. And today we're cooking, but this intro is a little bit different today. I'm not exactly showing my face. My hands are right here. Hello. But I'm not showing my face right now because I'm a little bit under the weather, and we love that around here. So I'm just gonna go straight into cooking because honestly, I need to cook. The food I had from 2 weeks ago is waning. Dessert that I have, I don't want to make more dessert. Like I could make another cake, but realistically, I don't want to spend another 2 hours in the kitchen. I already cooked like 3 times just in the last 2 weeks. And that's a lot more than I usually do. This is for the YouTube video. But today we're doing a little something different. I had a lot of leftover food today, so I thought, let me find an actual recipe that already had ingredients that I own. That way I can actually just use up what I have instead of constantly going to the store and getting like 5 ingredients to make cake or a souffle or whatever, right? So today we're making like beef stew with rice. I am looking up a recipe for it. It is a Jamaican beef stew with rice, but by the way, I'm not Jamaican, so I have no reason for this. But also, it's not really gonna be Jamaican because I don't have some of the ingredients, but I'm gonna do the best I can with what I have, and we're just gonna replace a lot of the things that they have so far. So yeah, I already have this less than 1 pound of meat in my lovely mixing bowl that I use for everything, but I always clean it, so don't catch me on that. So right now I'm going to add just salt and pepper. They have measurements, but I don't care because it's literally salt and pepper. So we got that. We got pepper right here. Just a simple black one. We got salt and pepper. And then a half teaspoon of cinnamon for some odd reason. I'm not measuring out a half teaspoon. I'm just gonna put it in there. But this is the cinnamon I'm using. This is the McCormick brand. This is also a staple. It's this one, the Chestnut Hill and Betty Crocker. It's like astonishing how big they are. But just a little bit. That's all we're using. That might have been more than a half a teaspoon, but it is what it is. And then next we're gonna use onion powder. This is the one I have. I also had onion flakes at one point, but this one just looked better. And it's like easily just mixable, I feel like. So there's that, right? And then they asked for habanero chili, but I don't have habanero chili, nor do I have allspice, which I don't know what allspice is. So I'm just using lemon pepper because I have that instead. This is the one I'm using. It's kind of pretty. I like the coloring. I never used lemon pepper. I had bought it like a month ago for a different recipe, but I never used it before. So I'm like, wow, it's actually really yellow. Yeah, that's gonna be like that, right? And then while that is all happening, I'm gonna put, what else do I have? They say you need brown sugar as well. The brown sugar is supposed to be 1 teaspoon. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like kind of a sweet, spicy type of mixture for this. So I'm just gonna, per usual, it is my sugar light brown, and I'm just gonna break it apart a little bit, and then just like let a tiny bit literally get in there. Maybe a little more. All right, that's good. That's a teaspoon. That's a teaspoon. All right, and then we're gonna close that back up. And then they asked for 1 teaspoon of hot pepper sauce. So I don't got traditional hot pepper sauce, but I have these really, really tiny Tabasco. They're so cute. These Tabasco like pepper sauce, which I would like very much. I don't know. I got this from like a restaurant when they gave oysters. They had like hot pepper sauce, and I thought, oh, these are so cute. I'm taking these, and I haven't used them since. So I'm using them now. I might just use one because they asked for a teaspoon, and that honestly might just be enough for like this entire thing to. Oop, can I not open this? Wow. Okay. I was like, this is not coming out. It's just this decoration or something. Yeah, that is the entire thing. Line them up, Tabasco pepper sauce. And I'll just keep the other one for a future video or another recipe I do on my own, who knows. Next is red wine vinegar. Actually 1 tablespoon of this. This is the one I'm using. It is very full because I don't ever use this like at all. I actually don't know what people use it for on a regular, but I guess this is one of the recipes. I'm just gonna pour it into the cap just because I said so. And honestly, it might be 1 tablespoon. But yeah, that is all we're using for that one. So I now have a lot more. Luckily, it expires like in April, so I'm really good right now on that. Gonna have soy sauce, and for soy sauce, they also say 1 tablespoon. I'm just gonna pour because, oh my gosh, everything is so stuck today. This is, if you didn't see last video, this is my soy sauce, all purpose, yada yada. Just gonna, there. I like soy sauce, so technically it's very good. So I'm gonna use this for this as well because they asked for steak sauce. They asked for steak sauce, but I don't have steak sauce. And technically, according to this picture, it's used for sandwiches. And as you can tell, it's very full. So I'm gonna use this instead. They said 1.5 tablespoon. I'm gonna use a tablespoon because that's all, like it's pretty thick compared to what I assume what sauce would be. So that's it. That's literally all I'm using. That looks pretty gross, but we're not gonna think about that. Love that. And now we're gonna mix it all together. That's everything I am using right now. I'm not gonna use my hands because I don't want to wash them a million times because it's so cold, and I just don't feel like that would be better for my sore throat because I'm sick right now. But look at that. I literally thawed these like today. So I'm really happy that like it did not look frozen because it's pretty cold in my apartment right now. So I'm glad it doesn't look like I left it out to be still in the frozen aisle because my apartment isn't warmer. But it is what it is. But it smells delicious. I'm not gonna lie. Like I had to replace like several of the spices because I didn't have it. I don't know all spices, so I don't have that. I don't have steak sauce because I don't be cooking steak. So, you know, but I had like replacements, which is really good for me. So this is all I have for the steak. Not steak, this is beef, but you know, but it looks pretty. It smells really good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what is in this. I know what's in it, obviously, but it smells so good. Like I love it. But now we're just gonna transfer over to the stove because we're gonna put this all in one big old pan and mix it together and have it in a nice little family. So I will see you over there soon. All right, now we transfer ourselves over to my lovely 4 burners and my crusty dusty pan, but we are still using it because it's been good to us this entire time. So right now it just has a little bit of oil in it, and the stove is on medium. So right now it's just like warm it up, I hope. So yeah, but we're just gonna put a lovely beef pieces inside of here. There we go. And we're just gonna like cook that for like literally a few minutes before we start adding other pieces in there. But look how good it looks so far. Like I like how it's just like red and purple, and I'm just like, this kind of looks edible right now, but you know, we don't want salmonella or whatever uncooked meat has. We are not the liver king or whatever. We're gonna let this cook, and we're gonna let it cook well done, actually. No medium rare or rare out here. But yeah, that is gonna simmer for a few minutes. That is already on high, just so that we can have the oil and everything kind of like move together. But I want to move this kind of quickly because I have stuff to put in there before it like fully cooks. I want it all to cook together. because we need our meat to like taste everything. So one ingredients they asked for us is to have like habanero chili, and I didn't have chili, so I used lemon pepper. But I also have regular chili, but it's not like, obviously it is not the plant, it is beans with a bunch of random stuff in it. But we are gonna add this inside because the whole point is that this is supposed to be like a beef stew, and then my rice is like somewhere else. Let me just. I probably should have gotten a spoon for all this, but I don't have a spoon on me right now. That sounds like bad planning. All right. So we're gonna start with the beans first, and that is, yeah, that's everything actually. You can see inside, that is everything. So next ingredients call for diced potatoes, and voila, we got our diced potatoes right here. I'm gonna leave the water in there just so that, I was gonna dump it out, but then I was like, since it's already on a fire, it might just, I would like it to evaporate and then just leave like kind of salt concentration there. So this will work out great. And that's full. Let me use this real quick. Wow, I did not know it's gonna be this small diced stuff. This is like a literal potato that just diced really tiny. But like one potato they diced. It's probably like a full Indian Idaho potato or whatever, and it's just like sliced thinly. But anyway, next, if I can open this can. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have tomatoes. It's diced tomatoes. I kind of ripped off the label so I could like open it, but trust me, bro. So now we have our tomatoes. Yeah, and that is totally full, or totally empty, but this is also full. I like how the recipes I've made so far, when it comes to like actual dinner meals, are mostly one pan food. The other food I made with the spaghetti was literally a pot. But this is what we have. The thing is still on high, so hopefully nothing is truly burning. But we're just gonna mix it real quick, just so that I can be in peace of mind, because I don't know if my meat is burning. I don't want it to burn. I'd be so sad if it burned. It's my last one, so I kind of needed to not burn. But yeah, that's what we have. And then the next thing we need to have is diced carrots. So the carrots are also in a can, but they also have water in it, and I don't want to overfill this right now, so I'm just gonna take out the water. But this is what we have, harvest. And yeah, I'm just gonna dunk it out. And then we're gonna slowly add it in, as slowly as I can. I can already see it like overfilling, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on the side. Okay, cool. And it's all empty. Love that. Alright, cool. So right now it's just gonna like simmer, honestly. Like everything that is in the meat, like the sauce and the powder and all that jazz, should literally get into like this water and stuff, because I didn't marinate it at all. So it will literally just come off like pretty easily. But that's honestly fine, because between like the literal bed of water, it won't matter to me. So hopefully this tastes good. This is my first time making this, so it needs to be a meal for next 2 weeks. And yeah, and I have like, after this, like literally, let's see, what can is it empty? I have like 2 more things to add, and then after that it just has to be like a bunch of more spices, depending on how it tastes. But this is how we're looking right now. I'm gonna come back to you guys when this is literally like drained and the water is gone because of evaporation. But I will see you then. Bye bye. And there we go. It is completed. It's done. This took 2 hours to like cook. Okay. I realize now why people like kind of slow cook the meat by itself. because I kind of just put everything in there together, and I'm just like, I don't have time. I'm kind of lazy. It is late at night again. Cooking is usually best done at night, in my opinion, but then I'm also just like trying to fight against a good night's sleep. So it is always a struggle between what I want to do and what I should do, and what I want to do always wins. But this is what it looks like right now. You can see that the sauce has, or the stew, whatever, has completely like evaporated. After a while, I had to close it, as you saw, because the meat wasn't cooking, because obviously it wouldn't cook. There was nothing to like keep it cooked if it was on the surface. But it's fully gone. I didn't put the vegetable broth that I had, or like the other veggie, in a can at all, because the sauce itself was like so absorbent into the food. I was like, I don't want to be here longer, because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't hate me, but also, it's okay. I'll live. It's just another day of me cooking late at night. But it's very soft, very malleable. I did taste test it a little bit, because obviously when it comes to meat, you don't want it to be like raw or anything. Several times it was like not breaking apart, but right now it's like edible. I don't know if it's supposed to break, because I couldn't break it, but it was like I could chew it. It wasn't like gamey. But anywho, I'm just going to transfer this over to a plate of rice, because that's what the ingredients call for. It's for a plate of rice. And we're gonna do a little taste test, and also this will be my dinner, because I did not eat today. Do not even question that. Anyway, we'll see you there. Hello. Hi. Look, I'm scared for y'all. See my face finally. Hi, I am sick. This is the food that I got. I put rice in it. It has like a little sauce. I was kind of worried, because I was like, in the ingredients, they wanted the sauce to actually, not sauce, I mean broth. They wanted the broth to actually get in the rice. I didn't do that, but I think this is better, because everything now is like marinated for real this time, unlike me who didn't do it overnight. We're gonna do a little taste test here and just see if it tastes good. All right, first I'm taste the rice, because I want to. Wow, cooked rice. This is the same rice from 2 weeks ago, so it tastes fine. But I taste it with the sauce, or the broth. It tastes good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is good. I like it a lot. That is like, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Only a 9, because it's like slightly sour. I think it's just the broth itself is sour, because I think the carrots were kind of sour in the package. But other than that, it tastes great. It tastes amazing. This is gonna be my staple for the next week, because that's how much I made. But it's really good. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I said I was sick, right? So I think the reason why I'm sick is I like literally not typically sick. Like I'm literally sick like once a year. And when I am sick, it's like one symptom. I'm usually like sneezing for like 2 days and then I'm fine. Or I'm coughing at night and I'm fine the next day. For some reason, it's the same time this time around. I just have a sore throat. That's all I have is a sore throat. And I had it for like several days now. And it's weird because I'm like, I don't know why I'm sick. I mean, it's cold outside, so like obviously, right? And I don't know if that's the reason why I'm getting sick, because it hasn't fully felt like a flu or a fever. It's so weird. All I have is a sore throat. And then it gets worse when I'm sleeping. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, my voice is practically gone. And then the day goes by and I'm like, oh, actually, I feel fine. Like the sore throat must have been like a night sickness or something. And then the next night, the sore throat comes back and I'm like, am I just breathing in like dry air? But I live in Chicago, 1, so it's never dry. And 2, it is raining usually, so I'm like, it's not dry. I do have the heat on, which might explain why I'm like having dryness, but it's also nowhere near me. So I'm like, why would I even be feeling? It's like a small space heater. It's not next to my body. So I'm like, this shouldn't affect me at all. But I also think it's part because my diet is still bad. Like I've been making all this food, but in reality, I haven't been eating it. Like I've been eating it for like dinner, but like for lunch, I'm just like, I'd rather sleep. You have like an hour for lunch, and then you're like, do I take that to take a nap or do I eat lunch? And then it's like you can't do both. You have to choose one in my head. So I just sleep and I go back to work, and I'm like, okay, great. Now the day's over, and I'll make dinner at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Why not? Because I just be at home. And yeah, I think that's why my diet is. That's why I'm making this video. That's why I'm making this challenge. Not even a challenge for real, but like when I started working, or I guess living on my own, I didn't eat well at all. Like I ate chips for like a week. Well, chips and like other snacks, but mainly chips. And I didn't know I was on a bad diet until like I legit had stomach problems. And I was like, I am screwed. Like I was at work and I had stomach problems. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sick. I'm dying. But I'm like, I didn't eat anything. Why am I sick? What am I allergic to? Like, what did I even ingest? And I'm like, oh, I didn't ingest anything. So all I eat was like these 100-calorie chips once a day, and thought that was funny because I was like full off of it. So I had to like actually make a meal. That's why I started cooking. Well, I have to cook, like otherwise I'll be dead. But this challenge was really for me to like cook more, because if I'm being honest, I probably would not be here 2 o'clock in the morning if I was like not recording. But I feel like having a YouTube channel, even if no one watches, keeps me accountable for the things I'm doing, and that is really good for me because I would never, literally, I would not be awake right now. I'll be in bed. I'll be in bed, and I just would have made like a peanut butter jelly sandwich and called it a day, and be like, hey, that's literally what I had for lunch. I had 3 peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and now it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I'm full. I don't know why I'm eating. Like, but I need to eat, right? But anyway, I digress. The point is, I'm glad to make this channel. You know, I'm glad to have a meal that is edible and also not bad, and I'm not like showing off like terrible cooking skills. I will link the recipe down below. I didn't like do it to the T because it was kind of a weird recipe. I didn't really understand what half of the things they asked for and how to cook it. So I look up a YouTube video. So yikes, if you are following that and you are like, you didn't do that, and it's like, I know. It wasn't very clear to me either. But I do hope you like this video. I'm gonna love this food. This will be my staple. Maybe this will be my lunch because honestly, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, they don't hit like they used to. So I need a real meal nowadays just to make sure I get this sickness at least gone. It is winter. I should take better care of myself. I'm 23. I should have this figured out. But it's okay. I'll live. Probably, hopefully, you know. But anyway, thank you for watching. You can see my face now, so, you know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.